What's going on, guys? My name is Blake. You're watching Midwest Ordnance, and today I'm going to be talking about what the difference is between a weapon of war is versus what a civilian-owned rifle is. Now, one of the things that people like to get confused, mainly the people who don't know jack about firearms, is that they consider America's most popular rifle, the AR-15, a weapon of war. It's not really the case. If this was an M16, then yes, I could see. But this is a 2019 AR-15. This has never seen combat, it's never seen the light of day for combat. This is a sporting rifle. It is meant to be for sport. Example, the handguard, made of metal. With a sporting rifle, you want them to be heavy for less recoil. But I have another gun also as well that I'm going to show. So the AR-15 platform has been around ever since the 60s or the Vietnam era. Now, one of the guns that was used around that time from the Chinese military is the Chinese Norinco SKS. The Chinese military used this for about 25 years after the Soviets completely got rid of them and introduced the AK-47. Now, this rifle is a weapon of war. I don't know the exact history of this gun. I would really love to know, but this gun, many of these guns have seen action in places like Korea and Vietnam, which is where the M16s came from. Now this, it's meant for war. You've got the bayonet, you've got the cleaning rod, and then you have the cleaning kit in the butt of the stock. AR-15s don't have that. Not to mention that this also has a 10-round internal magazine. So why would my SKS be considered a weapon of war, but my AR-15 not? Well, thing is, almost all AR-15s, if not all AR-15s, have never seen combat. The M16s have. That's when the military purchased the M16s, I think from the M16 style rifles from Armalite, I believe, or Colt. Could be wrong. So one of the functions that would technically make a weapon of war would also have either a full auto function or a burst function. Well, after 1986, civilians are not allowed to have machine guns. You can't make any more, you can't sell anymore, nothing. If you do, 10 years federal prison, and I think up to $250,000 to $500,000 in a fine, just for converting this gun and giving it another little fun switch over here. And I'll even post a picture up here. So like, that is what an M16 would have. It would have a full auto function. It has an auto sear and everything. But as you can tell, this right here doesn't have any auto sear and it doesn't have a full auto function. But even then, that's not enough to classify a gun as a weapon of war. Again, and I'll even show the Britannica definition. And what Britannica says, and I'll even read it right from here. Britannica, weapon, an instrument used in combat for the purposes of killing, injuring, or defeating the enemy. That's what the M16s are. I don't have an M16. I would love for an M16, but that also goes for another gun that I want to talk about too, is the 1911s. The World War II and the World War I and World War II issue 1911s, yes, those would be considered weapons of war. Do they have a full auto function? Absolutely not. And they shoot a bigger caliber than, well, cartridge-wise, shoots a much smaller round than the AR-15 does. But now, so those issued guns were weapons of war. The current 1911s are not. So it goes down to the actual use of the gun itself. All AR-15s, not a weapon of war at all. My SKS, absolutely. That's the biggest issue that I have with the people who are anti-gun, and those are the people that people listen to, those anti-gunners thinking that they're right, but no one listens to the 2A people at all who actually know a thing or two about firearms. absolutely infuriates me. That's what I hate. And hopefully this video kind of brings to some light, maybe some of you who are anti-gun and you come across this video, hopefully I've helped you. And hopefully you just didn't immediately dislike my video or in the comments. So if you're an anti-gunner, listen to the people who are in the 2A community who actually know what firearms are. They can give you the proper definition rather than you listening to mainstream media and then just blowing smoke who don't know a thing about firearms. Like, biggest issue, this is not an assault rifle. Assault rifles do not exist. They never have and they never will. The only time an assault rifle would ever exist is if you actually don't use any of the rounds to defend your home or defend yourself. Instead, you use it like a freaking bat and you beat the shit out of someone. That's the only time an assault rifle is ever going to exist in a gun. That term was coined by mainstream media to make you fearful of guns. Never has existed, and they never will exist. And I will keep reiterating that all the fucking time to anybody. I hope this video helped at least. It's not super long, just a real quick informational video that I wanted to get out because that's something that drives me fucking nuts anytime I see on social media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or just the news in general, really. Politicians who make stuff up who don't know a thing about firearms. They don't know what ghost guns are. Those don't fucking exist either. What the fuck is a ghost gun? Legally in the United States, you can make your own firearms. The only time you ever have to serialize one is when you're transferring it to someone else. That's it. Ghost guns never existed. So please, please, for the love of fucking God, if you don't like guns or if you're brand new to guns, listen to the people in the 2A community and who are gun advocates and gun right advocates. That's where you're going to get your correct information. Even listen to these guys. Listen to Firearms Policy Coalition. They're badass. They know their shit when it comes to firearms. And anyone else, really, like Gun Owners of America. There's several others. I can't think off the top of my head right now. There's several others just like Firearms Policy Coalition who are zero compliance. Those are the guys that I would highly listen to. They're gonna know their shit. Hope you liked this video. Hope it was entertaining at least. I kind of had some fun making it. I've been wanting to do this for a long while. I'm absolutely sorry about the shitty lighting. I'm trying to get this room into like my little gun office. I have 3 fucking lights sitting here trying to give a good lighting atmosphere. But if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it around because it helps me. I'm trying to start my YouTube career. I do have a new video coming. It's going to be about me getting a new gun and I'm going to shoot that new gun. So if you really want to see that video, hit subscribe and turn the bell on. I sound so much like a cringy YouTuber. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.